So, as you can tell, don't have a lot of space to put the PlayStation 5. It's huge, so I just stick it in the back, especially given the kids might destroy it. So, trying to keep it hidden behind the scenes. Kind of wish that they had made it a little bit more kid-friendly, or user-friendly, IKEA-friendly. There's the X, Series X. That's cool too. Fully ready for the future. But yeah, this thing's so huge, you just have to stick it in the back. For now, at least, until I can figure out how to do something with it. So let's get this going. So now I just plugged this controller in, and I'm gonna turn on the PS4, PS5. I gotta get with the times here. You can hear the age in my voice. All right, there we go. Woo, look at that, it's cool. Blue color. Let this thing light up a little bit. Let's go back to 4K TV. See the screen. Wow, PlayStation 5. Nice. So yeah, I'm gonna do its thing, thinking, this machine's supposed to be like the latest and greatest, so it's supposed to have all this kind of like fancy stuff, higher CPU, faster load times, boot up times, then like processing for up to 8K, but nobody has 8K TVs, but you can play like 4K games on it. I'm assuming most games are going to look good at 60 frames per second, but it's supposed to go all the way to 120. Again, I don't know anybody who has that kind of like setup. So it sounds like French, so let's go back. And
connect your controller to the console with the USB.
There you go. There's English. So, Spanish now.
Branchez votre manette de jeu sur la console à l'aide d'un câble USB, puis appuyez sur la touche PS.
So your start button. Here we go.
Select language.
Select language.
United States.
That's right.
Continue with the screen reader turned on.
No, let's turn that off.
No, turn on.
Alright. So this is like adjust the display area. That looks right. And then next we've got HDR. I think it looks right. That looks good to me. So next. So adjust until the picture is barely visible. So let's actually, just one more time, go and check. So gonna there we go. That looks better. Okay, then bring this down until it's barely visible too. That looks good too. Discs, don't really have a disc, so we'll have to just continue without a disc for now. I mean, I can use a PS4 disc, but let's just continue right now without the disc. Then we got optimize experience, low power use. Let's just go with the default right here. Yeah, the license. Pretty much agree. Get to the good stuff. Okay, you gotta update the software. Good thing it's networked with the LAN cable, so I don't have to do the Wi-Fi stuff. So let's go ahead and update. And we'll call it a video there, and I'll go ahead and get the game going so we can see how it looks. All right, looks like it finished updating. So let's go ahead and press that little button here, PS button. And now I gotta sign in and do all that fun stuff. All right, I'll get that part going. All right, so signing in was kind of a breeze. All I had to do was just open my app and then sign in there and then basically scan a QR code. So I'm pretty good. Now it's asking me to choose a profile. So I'll probably do the social and open, I guess, by default. And yeah, I'm all right with this. That's okay too. Keep my account secure. And let it go. Text message is fine. I guess I'll do that too. So yeah, I got past the security stuff, and to me, I mean, like, I'm like a big fan of like security in some ways because I feel like these days passwords, you know, get cracked all the time, and you know, like these days passwords, like there's so many security leaks and stuff like that. It's just, it makes more sense to just kind of go passwordless in the future. So like whatever you can kind of tie to like your face or to like your thumb or like your phone, you know, it works out just much better security wise. So like, you know, once you get that stuff done, then you don't have to worry so much about like, you know, somebody trying to hack your stuff. If you do, like, you get a notification right away, which is pretty good, and then you can kind of control or take control of the account at least. Here, let's see. I mean, I have these basic apps on like my Apple TV and all that other stuff, so, but I guess, you know, if I wanted to actually watch it on this, I could do it too, so might as well just download in the background. But yeah, so far, you know, this thing has been pretty painless. It's been pretty good. Transfer data from your PS4. I guess, sure. And cool, it's on the same network, so hopefully it can find my PS4 and get its IP address or whatever it needs to do, and basically download all that data. Now, like, if you're on like your own home network, you know, basically it should be easy for your machine to connect to other machines, but you know, you still have those abilities to put security. Like if I have my Mac, I can't just sign into my Mac from another device. I actually have to have the password and all that. So let's do this later. I feel like it's not important. I actually want my PS5 to kind of just be like its own device, but it looks like it's trying to force me to do it. So let me go get that taken care of. As you can tell, there's a lot of, you know, steps just to get this thing to go. Whereas when you kind of compare to the past, like past game devices, you just pop in a disc and you're just ready. I miss that, honestly. So, but it is what it is. So let's get this part taken care of. I'm gonna go turn on my PS4. All right, so I think this time I got it working. Let's go ahead and set this up. Search for my PS4. See if it's on the same network now. All right, looks like got a connection. And all right, so it looks like 4 minutes, 55 seconds left. So I guess I'll take a minute to just kind of organize everything and then come back into this and see how it looks. So looks like it failed. You know, like I was just thinking about this as I was kind of reviewing like the videos that I was making as I was putting this together. I don't like how this UI kind of just forces you to, you know, like continue. Where's the back button? It's like, oh, well, super small back there. You know, just like I don't want to have to do this. If there's some way, yeah, like I want to just be able to skip this. They should have put that in the menu too, like, or made it one step easier. All right, cool. Now I'm here, PlayStation 5. So excellent. Let's take a moment to see that in all its glory. Cool. So they got the updated menu. It looks really good. It's similar to like the old ones. Got your shop, the playroom, and some other stuff, games. So I think what I'll do now is probably try this out, and maybe what I'll do is connect like a capture card to this TV, and then maybe I could try like streaming or something like that. I think I have the setup, with all the Hack Buddy and JavaScript LA stuff I've got. I have to dig around and like just put that in. So I'll plug that in, and maybe over the next few days or something like that, I'll start talking about how I feel about the whole experience. But yeah, super excited to try this out. It looks really good. Hope to see you online. All right, so I've had some time to play around with this thing, and my first impressions are that it's a very beautiful machine. It looks really, really great, and you'll have a lot of fun unboxing it yourself. So you should definitely just like get it for that experience alone. I know it sounds weird to say that, but honestly, like the boxing, like I like that. I like watching unboxing, so for me, it's kind of a nice experience. The game stuff, right? Like I'm still waiting in some ways to kind of get started. I loaded in the disc. I'm using Final Fantasy 15 because I don't have any PS5 games yet. Probably will get some soon. But yeah, just kind of waiting for that to download and so I can get in and start playing. I played around with this menu and I felt like it was pretty intuitive. It looks pretty much the same as like the PS4 menu, so if you're used to that, it should be okay. There are a few like new things where like, I think they have like a record button, and let me get that little controller too so you can see it. So on the control, like I'll do this right here. So I click this little button here, that brings up like a mic, and you can see the little mic icon right over there. That helps like for, talking right into the controller, talking into the game. I guess they have live game parties or whatever. There we go again. Your controls pretty much work the same way you'd expect. You got your shop, you have your PlayStation Plus. I think this is like the answer to the Xbox is, what would you call it? I guess like the Game Pass. So that's their thing. You have the remote play, which allows you to play like from any computer. So if you're not at home, you can still connect to your PS5, but you have to do a little bit more setup. You have to actually set up your Wi-Fi and networking. But I think they took care of some of that, so I'll check it out and let you know about how it works. But the cool thing is you should be able, in theory, to play your PS5 from any other house or like your college dorm or wherever you are, like Starbucks, as long as you have a good Wi-Fi. And yeah, like I just kind of like looking, it looks like that game just finished, so I can play that now. I know it's an old game, but I don't know, I'm still not done with it. That's how far I am with my game stuff. One thing I really did like was that they keep track of all of your games. So all your libraries right here from your PS4. And you can, as long as you have the disc, you can play it, or I guess you can download it again if you want. I'm not sure if there's a fee with that. And if we go back, let's see here. What else we got here? So I'm not really sure what the playroom is. Got to check that out. There's the PlayStation Now, which I'm going to check out too. Heard some good stuff about that. This, again, got to check it out. One thing I wasn't really sure how to do with the new menu was like check my controller's charging status, because like I don't want it to be wired all the time. So like how do you know? I guess if you press this PS button, like maybe it tells you. But if you notice, the PS button doesn't show like a menu anymore on the side. It shows it at the bottom, which I feel is kind of like more annoying in some ways. It's like, and then if you look really closely, you can see, I guess, the charging indicator. but there's like no percentage. So how do you know like you're almost ready to unplug this controller? So to me, like I said, I would rather kind of just get started and play. But you know, it feels like it's a couple hour experience just to kind of get started. So those are my thoughts anyway with like putting this together. So like I said, I'm gonna play the system as soon as I can, and I'll share my thoughts afterwards. All right, thanks for watching.